Hello and welcome to Topical Tuesday, April 10th, 2018. Steve Sipress here, coming to you from beautiful sunny Arizona with another beautiful sunset. I don't know if you can see there, the sun is setting over the mountains in the background. Another spectacular day, and I hear spring might be coming soon up north as well. So how cool is that? How do I know that? Because I turned on the TV today to a news station, flipped around to a few of them to see some news to talk about. I tend to want to keep my wits about me and my focus and my positivity, so I tend to tune out the craziness of the news. And I happened to catch the weather, and it looked like the weather might be finally breaking up north, which is kind of neat for my friends and family and clients up north. You know who you are. Meanwhile, Rhino of the day today is this cute little keychain pouch rhino. I don't know what you call it, but if you unzip this zipper on the top, you can actually store some stuff inside the rhino, like I'm storing my finger in there. I don't know what you'd really put inside a little fuzzy rhino. And then it's not really a keychain, but it's got one of these clipper things on it here that you can fasten it to something, I guess. And maybe your backpack if you're a kid going to school and you keep some in there, whatever. Anyway, that's the Rhino of the day. Sean Buck is here. Great seeing you. So I did notice that the news, it just seemed to be this big thing in the news about Trump's lawyer gets busted, like the FBI, like breaking down the doors of his house and his office and whatever and confiscating everything he's got and whatever, and like, holy craziness. I mean, I had to flip around because you got to like flip to the different channels to get the different perspectives. There's not really any pure news you can get anymore anywhere. You get the left-leaning angle and the right-leaning angle, and then you try and figure out what might be true in there somewhere. Dog is here. Great seeing you. And so I flipped around, but no matter what spin you put on it, this is kind of a shocking, horrible thing. I mean, I can't even imagine such a thing. Like, I have a law degree, so I went to law school, and I know that it is hammered into us, the ethics, the attorney-client privilege that similar to doctors with your health records, or certainly if you go see a psychiatrist, like anything you say to an attorney or anything that goes on there, it's got to be privileged and private and held at the utmost secrecy and confidentiality and all that. So what's up with the FBI breaking into the president's personal lawyer and gathering all the stuff? I mean, it's actually, come on now. You think Trump has been entertaining up till now? Like, if they make public, I mean, what kind of a treasure trove of all kinds of funky, crazy, not really on the up and up stuff just must be going on in the world of Donald Trump. I mean, that would just be enough to keep everyone busy and entertained forever. But anyway, what does that have to do with a business lesson for you or me? Just thinking about it and talking to a client of mine today about it, longtime client, about 10 years, and he's like, who can you trust anymore? I mean, if you can't trust your own attorney, supposedly in America, you can tell your attorney anything, and it can never be shared with anybody. And now this attorney, undoubtedly, they've uncovered, I'm sure, all kinds of garbage and crap on him and or on Trump, whatever, but they're going to, like, threaten this lawyer for whatever he did and whatever's going on. They'll find something to threaten him with 20 years in jail, lose his license, take his car, his house, whatever, embarrass him, this, until he flips on Trump and starts spilling all kinds of details. I mean, just total chaos and craziness. But, of course, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, right? Trump loves chaos. He lives by chaos. We're entrepreneurs, and we tend to, even if we don't say we love chaos, we tend to fall into the chaos territory if we don't surround ourselves with the right people to manage and oversee and systematize the business, because we're entrepreneurs. We're the big thinking, vision-oriented leaders, motivation, connectors. That's who we are. That the world needs us. The world has plenty of people to manage details and put things together. And so that would be Trump's lawyer and his accountants and our lawyers and our accountants and our consultants and our board of directors and our management team and general managers and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully you have that, but hopefully you have people there that you can trust, and we're about to find out, I think, if Trump can trust his attorney, so that we'll see if his attorney flips on him and as far as this, everyone knows that there was never anything to the whole Trump and Russia nonsense, but that's about the only thing that Trump is probably not involved in and innocent of. So I think we're about to see all kinds of things going on, and we're about to see if Trump has chosen an attorney that he can trust. And so I know in my world of being a consultant to clients, I mean, everything my clients tell me is confidential because my clients are telling me everything about not only their business, their personal situation, what's going on. We have to put things together. We have to know how things are working. And as being an entrepreneur, as all of you know, if you're watching this video and you're an entrepreneur, life is full of ups and downs for entrepreneurs. And especially when you're going through the downs, you got to have the right confidant, the right consultant, board of directors, whoever it is that you can consult with and honestly say, things are not happening, I need some help. And actually, especially, although you can't see it during those times, when things are screaming ahead and going like crazy, that's even more important a time that you get someone that knows they're doing before that thing spirals out of control. And I don't know if you've heard it, but it's a long time saying that, and I've experienced it with a lot of my clients, that fast growth will kill a business more assuredly than slow growth. Slow growth, you can kind of limp along forever. Fast growth, man, you can run out of money real quick and mess things up in an exponential way, and you see that happen a lot. So you got to surround yourself with people you can trust, and we're about to learn if that's what's going on with Trump. For instance, I have seen consultants that will take action on confidential, of course, plans or ideas or strategies that their clients have brought them. In fact, I've seen it way too many times. And I've also seen members of groups, coaching groups or mastermind groups, like steal ideas from each other. I mean, it's just horrible. So you got to be careful. You got to get with people that have integrity. And unfortunately, it'd be nice if you could have instant integrity. So that if it was, 40 years ago, back when I was a kid, and I could have been instantly trusted based on my 0 years of track record in working with no clients. But especially in today's environment, that's, not likely. At least you're not really thinking straight if you think somebody untested is super, super duper trustworthy with everything. You want to look for someone longevity with a track record, somebody who's been around. And let's take me, for example. I mean, you could search all over anything you want on the internet or social media or YouTube or anywhere, and you won't see a single complaint of any client or any member or anybody at all that I've ever helped. And I've helped thousands and thousands of business owners. You won't see any of them say anything about, gee, I shared something confidential with Steve and he blabbed it, or I shared an idea with Steve and next thing I knew he stole it and implemented it himself, or he told everyone else about it, or you just won't see anything of that. So do I miss some opportunities? Of course, but that's what comes with being trustworthy and being honest and keeping things confidential. So breaking confidentiality could be a short-term gain. But I've always been in this for the long haul. Now that I've been doing it for decades, I'm especially tremendously glad that that's how I've always held myself. And you want to do the same thing with your customers, clients, patients. Sure, you can make some quick sales and make some quick money by telling them anything and, telling them, oh, yeah, I can get that to you in 3 days when it takes 2 weeks. And you overpromise and you underdeliver, or you can steal someone's idea or copy their whole website. I've seen everything, and you can make some quick money. But in the long term, that it just doesn't work. I mean, eventually, no matter how clever you are and how successful you are as a criminal, Bernie Madoff making millions or billions of dollars or whatever, and then what do you think the end of his life was like? I mean, it took way too long for him to get caught, but then his whole his son committed suicide, and his whole family, went down the tubes and lost everything he had. And I guess he's still alive, but he's finishing his life up in prison and whatever, So I don't know if that's in anyone's future here. I hope you're not that far as being a con artist and a criminal, but I'm just here to suggest here on Topical Tuesday that you stay on the up and up and keep confidential things confident, that you do not steal ideas, especially from your clients, but not from anybody. I shouldn't even say especially, just not from anybody. Like, there's enough ideas to go around for everybody. You don't have to steal them from somebody. But you do want to share them with people, but you want to share them with the right people. So be careful who you're sharing your stuff with, is what I'm saying. That was my first thought when I see Trump's own personal attorney is getting busted by the FBI. I'm like, oh my goodness, like if we can't trust, that's what the FBI is telling us, that we can't trust our own attorneys with our own private stuff, that attorney-client privilege is out the window. That's a scary thought, folks. So even if that's not happening, and that's being shattered in the legal world or in the politics world or whatever world that is, don't shatter it in your world. Okay? Keep things confidential with your clients. Believe me, it'll come back in the long run. I get referrals all the time. I get people doing business when I met 10, 20 years ago. They come to me and they say, you know, I knew you were always, you know, on the up and up, and you're always caring and helping people, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. I'm ready. That wouldn't happen. And I'm not saying that to toot my own horn, just use an example. That doesn't happen with people that look at business as a short-term game or use tricks or gimmicks or any of that. So my advice is be trustworthy, do things on the up and up, and then even if your attorney is raided at some point, there'll be no illegal or even unethical secrets that they could divulge about you. Okay, do things on the up and up, folks. You never know, especially now after today's news. You never know who can get broken into and who all your secrets can be made public. So keep your secrets on the up and up. Do business the right way, folks. You're going to probably have less success and fun and make less money in the short term than if you go stealing and cheating and doing all kinds of underhanded things. But I hope you're in it for the long haul. I certainly am. Speaking of which, I've been recording a Facebook Live video every day for over a year, and I will be back with another one as long as technology and life permits and I wake up and I'm breathing. I will be back tomorrow on Wisdom Wednesday, where I'll be sharing a piece of wisdom from me to you. I know today's was pretty much a piece of wisdom, but it was also something out of the news, so it made it to Topical Tuesday. Thanks, everyone, being here live, and I don't see any questions, comments, concerns. Maybe you're just thinking it over. Maybe you're just disagreeing. Whatever it is, put it in a comment, and I always respond when appropriate. And I'll be back tomorrow, and I hope you'll be with me then on Wisdom Wednesday. That's it for today. Over and out. Bye-bye.